Matthew got in the game in Dallas. First touchdown since November 4th, 2012, when he took care of business for the Titans back in that day. Matthew, remember that touchdown pass back then?
I do, man. I do. The glory years.
Matt Hasselbeck joining me right here on the Rich Eisen Show. On the phone this time around. Things are a little different this week with obviously the holidays happening in the middle of a work week. So how did Andrew Luck, in your estimation, handle what is unquestionably the I guess least productive day of his career?
Yeah, it's a tough situation. I think we learn valuable lessons as we go. I mean, you saw around the NFL this week teams that are playing to get into the playoffs played a little more aggressive, played a little tougher, played a little better than teams that had already had it clinched up. And I think the lesson is for us and for other teams, you got to bring it. You got to bring everything you got, and just bring it all to try to win a game in the NFL. And Dallas came out and made a bunch of plays and got up on us early, and we kind of had to scrap our game plan. And just it wasn't very good by us. It was a really great game by them, and it's a good lesson to learn.
Monday Night Football, I'd love to get your thoughts on the now national dialogue about Peyton Manning's arm strength again. When you saw Peyton Manning last night, if you got a chance to see the game, what did you see from your eye?
Well, it was a great game. I mean, I actually said to somebody that if at the end of each quarter they said, okay, you got to put a bunch of money in a pot to watch the next quarter, I think most of the viewers would have done it. It was just an amazing game. And Peyton actually was playing really well. I thought very gutsy, courageous disguises by the Cincinnati Bengals. Peyton, I've always respected how he's basically got to come up with a game plan during the game because everybody plays him different. They try to come up with a game plan just for him. You can't really study what they're going to do going into the week. And so it was a great game. And, I think what probably hurt him more than anything was just the rain. Wearing the gloves that he wears and the rain coming down. He did have a really amazing touchdown pass right as it started to rain, which really surprised me. But just knowing from experience, throwing with a glove on, particularly a leather glove, it's much easier when it's dry out. And so, that game could have gone either way. Huge win for Cincinnati. And again, I'd point to that as a game where Cincinnati had a ton to play for. The atmosphere was electric. Their fans were into it. They were into it. Huge game for them. For Denver, they know they likely have a first-round bye, and the stakes weren't quite as high.
You see, but if I said what you said, now obviously I don't have a Super Bowl appearance under my belt and nearly 35,000 career yards under my belt like you, but if I say that, I'm coddling Peyton Manning. You're the unofficial Hasselbeck on the set here, Brockman, says that we don't criticize Peyton Manning enough in the media.
Well, I think we trust him. I think we trust him. I think we trust that if those two teams saw each other again, that he would play better, play like the Peyton of old. I hear the critiques on his arm strength, and I understand. He doesn't throw a tight spiral, and I understand he had a big neck surgery, and I understand all those things. But he had those same issues when he was throwing for 50 touchdowns a year. He's found a way to do that, and it's very impressive. It reminds me of baseball players, guys that maybe lose their fastball. They still have a long career because they find other ways to get outs and to get strikes, and he's done an incredible job of that. So I understand the critiques, but at the same time, I think most guys have enough respect for his body of work and understand that, hey, he's going to find a way to get things done. He's going to get their team into the right plays. Like I said, really fun game to watch. Just the chess match and the audibling, but Cincinnati did a great job of coming up with turnovers and scoring on defense, and anytime you do that, you're going to win.
Matthew Hasselbeck of the Indianapolis Colts in his usual Tuesday spot here on the Rich Eisen Show. Who do you think the MVP of the season is?
For me, obviously trying to be unbiased, I'm a huge fan of Aaron Rodgers and the play that he's had this season. He's fun to watch. He's creative. He does some stuff that just blows your mind sometimes. But week in and week out, he's just. For me, that's my guy. That's who I'd have to go.
But where do you stand? Obviously, I'm playing the position, but you also know when you have to potentially game plan to block one guy in particular on the defensive line, and then you've thrown the fact that he has this year, J.J. Watt, come up with a sack forced fumble that he himself has recovered for the offense for a drive that he himself has capped off with a touchdown reception. Matthew.
Yeah, he's a great player, but yeah, I'm still going with who I'm going with.
That's who I went with as well. I went with Aaron Rodgers as well. Brockman, you want to ask your unofficial brother the poll question? You want him to chime in on the poll question?
All right, Matt, what's the best Christmas movie? Home Alone, Christmas Vacation, It's a Wonderful Life, A Christmas Story, or Die Hard?
Okay, what were the first two? I'm going to go between the first two.
Home Alone or Christmas Vacation?
Ooh, Christmas Vacation's really strong. You know, both of them. I'm trying just. You don't want to get slanted by like Home Alone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all the different Christmas Vacations. I'll go with Home Alone. I'll go with Home Alone, a Chicago movie, based in Chicago, I believe.
But where do you stand on Chris Law says that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie?
Yeah, I mean, to some people maybe it is. To me, it's not. But
really, you're with Law on that one?
Yeah, but to some people, I respect the fact that Christmas is not the same to everybody. So I understand that. So I'll go with Law.
Okay, and I know you were in a meeting earlier in our first hour of our program, so you missed the competition that we had.
I was at a practice. New schedule this week.
Oh, okay.
No practice Thursday for the Indianapolis Colts. Completely off on Christmas Day, but today is like a Wednesday.
Okay.
So today was first and second
Pagano's
down.
no Scrooge is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Pagano's no Scrooge.
Yeah, usually.
So you were practicing, I guess, in the first hour, so you did not hear the competition.
Otherwise, I would have never missed it.
Well, here's the competition that we had. We opened the phone lines to guess the karaoke song that Chris Law screeched out on Friday night. Would you care to? We're going to play it for you.
Yeah, let me hear it.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Roll it, Del Tufo. There it is. Can you guess it?
I'm sorry, that sounded like a 911 call. But seriously, who was the lady screaming in the background? What was that?
Yes.
Here,
let's hear it one more time. Let's give Matthew one more swing at the.
Not a big
Honestly,
classic
it sounds
rock
like
fan?
he hit his thumb with a hammer and was crying and screaming about it.
That's true.
I don't even have a guess. I can't even tell you what song that was. It sounded rock and rollish.
Yes, it
sounded
did.
Rock and rollish.
It was Traveling Band by Creedence Clearwater.
Oh wow, he owes them an apology.
Do you have a go-to karaoke song, Matt?
Are we talking duet or are we just talking a solo?
Oh, well, let's do both. Let's go both.
No, I don't. If I'm going duet, my wife's not a big singer, but we got to go with the Pina Colada song.
Okay.
It's not technically a duet, but
All right.
And then, but I'm gonna go with George Strait, kind of country, kind of simple, kind of just stay in your home, like stay where you keep in your range. Like Paula Abdul says, I like how you showed your upper register. No, I don't ever try to do that. You stay right there, George Strait.
George Strait,
King.
Okay.
Keep it safe.
And last thing, so now that you will have off Thursday, what will be a very Hasselbeck Christmas? What will it look like? What do you got?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never had Christmas off. Actually,
Really?
This is my 17th year in the NFL, and usually we come in late. They let you do like presents and the whatever, and so Santa and you come in and you have like a 4-hour day in the afternoon. This is the first time it'll ever be off, so I'm expecting maybe some ice skating, opening some presents, and if there's no snow on the ground here in Indiana, maybe a pickup basketball game. I've got some family in town, so
all right.
So we're looking at.
You got Tim? Is Tim in town? Is Tim coming in?
No Tim. They're in Connecticut. They're too snooty for us.
Oh, well, okay. And your sister-in-law is too busy being fair and balanced, right? She can't take away
Fair
from
and
you.
balanced.
She's being
Fair and balanced.
Okay, good.
No spin zone, Rich. You see the tagline.
Just like us right now.
Just like you.
You're always in the no spin
like
zone.
you.
All right, Matthew. Thanks. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Okay.
Same to you guys.
See you, Matty.
With you.
You bet.
See you guys.
That's Matt Hasselbeck.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.